We are here today with Gina Aran, CEO of Inginium and dedicated to Thrive Leadership and Innovation. Could you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Thank you for this invitation, Mario. It's amazing to be here with you, having a conversation about leadership. As you know, I'm CEO at Inginium, that is a HR consultancy, strategic HR consultancy, and also I'm professor at university, in concrete in ESADE. I'm associate professor in leadership and people management department.
What are some key strategies for building a high-performance team in a startup?
Well, a high-performance team is obtained after going through different stages. I mean, a mature team has high performance, but before that, they have had to form themselves, discuss discrepancies, solve conflicts, learn from each other, learn individually, also jointly in groups. So at the end, they have had to establish common objectives, align themselves, define roles and standards, get to know teammates in terms of talent and personalities. So in short, a high-performance team is the one that meets 4 main criteria to me. 1, of them, it gets results. And 2, improve processes, because we need to improve for the future and for adapting the team to the future. 3, they learn and grow from collaboration. They learn from others, from teammates. And 4, they have social relationships and know each other very well. All these points mean that they are able to adapt the team to the future and improve processes. Therefore, I think that it's important to begin with yourself. I mean, do you really know yourself? What are your dreams? What are your values? What are your resources and skills? Or what is your sacrifice threshold? What are your limits? This is really important to begin. Then focus on both results and people. Not only results, not only people. People is first in my case. Then make sure that entire teams realize the importance of what are you doing together. Generate a big vision and sense of contribution. Think long-term. And in the 4th position, I have to say that team relationship really matter. So boost communication and interaction opportunities, occasions, situations of communication. By diverse teams, identify strengths and define roles and responsibilities clearly. And as you probably already know, set clear goals and objectives, communicate regularly, provide feedback constructively, encourage team building, and last suggestion, reward success.
How can entrepreneurs effectively communicate their vision and goals to their team members?
I'm giving you a couple of suggestions. In the first place, define a vision, simple but relevant. Briefly describe your vision and objectives, keeping them simple and relevant. Tell a story. Storytelling is important for inspiring the team. Use multiple ways to communicate, such as one-on-one conversations, all hands meetings, videos, social media, and always be genuine and sincere and let them know your principles, your values, and all that. Repeat it, reinforce, and stay engaged with your employees, with your collaborators. In addition, I may suggest to be open and transparent. Effective communication of the company's visions and goals requires making the vision and goals meaningful to each person in the team. My second tip is to tie goals into assigned tasks. Communicate the vision and goals of the organization of your company, relating them to assigned tasks. This helps employees understand the importance of the tasks they do. But in the daily practice, there is more to do. For example, create a one-page living document, including vision, goals, and values of your company, where each employee can refer to reinforce the vision and goals regularly by something as simple as monthly company meeting, where you communicate the vision for the future and progress on the goals that you have already shared, and use repetition to stay focused. Repetition not only shows employees how important the goals and vision of the organization are in their daily duties, but it also helps to remind the leadership of the goals and vision.
What are some common mistakes entrepreneurs make when managing people, and how can they avoid them?
To me, there are 3 big mistakes. Number 1 is trying to do everything themselves, not delegating, controlling people too much. Without a team of skilled and dedicated employees or partners, entrepreneurs may find themselves struggling to keep up with the demands of running a business. And in the second place, I could say that don't communicate frequently is a mistake. It's extremely important to keep aligned and understand the purpose of the company, always, all the time. And number 3, to forget that entrepreneurs must ensure the motivation of their collaborators by knowing them and listening them deeply, is absolutely important.
How can entrepreneurs build a strong company culture that motivates and retains top talent?
That's a great question. A positive company culture attracts top talent and fosters a sense of belonging and purpose among employees, leading to higher job satisfaction and productivity. On the other hand, negative company culture can lead to high turnover rate, poor performance, and low motivation. So it's of utmost importance to define your company's vision, mission, and culture and share them. Then you have to hire employees who align with your company's culture and values, because culture is strategy for breakfast. Communicate your company's values to everyone, encourage employees to live your company's values, and always lead by example. Lead by example, because you are the role model to be followed. So become a good role model.
What are some best practices for managing remote teams and keeping everyone aligned and productive?
Well, in these difficult times we are living in, being able to manage a remote team effectively has probably become the most important skill that every team leader or manager needs to develop. Let's see how to manage your remote team effectively while helping the team members, the teammates, to become more collaborative and productive. I think that it's important to maintain an effective communication all the time because we are in remote. So when your entire team is working remotely, keeping up with them via effective communication is one of the biggest challenges you have to face. So effective communication is also crucial to keep your remote team members motivated. So from the COVID-19 pandemic, it's quite natural for your remote team members to become worried about what's going on in the minds of the management team, or your mind in this case, if you are the leader. You can help them steer clear for this stress by continuing with clear communication. Concretely, Zoom or Slack can help you to manage effective communication. But when using this or any other tool to communicate with your remote team members, be sure to maintain the normal pace of conversation. It's also important to leave anything to chance when communicating remotely, and not to leave anything, to chance. Make sure that you always provide adequate details to rule out the possibilities of any misinterpretation. Conduct regular, frequent meetings. Be present. Be always present. There is another tip that is using time blocking, that in a remote work environment is quite easy for you and your team members to get distracted. So by assigning specific amounts of time to certain tasks, you'll be able to deliver your responsibilities without deviation or interruptions. This is accompanied by organizing the workflow So the use of a project management system would help you to keep everything in a project documented. Using document collaboration tools such as Dropbox or Google Drive or Asana, Trello, a lot of softwares you have, would also be an easy, effective idea to keep track of your team members' work. On the other hand, be supportive. Be present, but be supportive and passionate. Also try to have verbal communication instead of written communication, which sometimes becomes hard to get to understand. And the last place, what I want to add to this list of tips, try to foster professional development, because having your team members working remotely may make you feel that professional growth isn't important anymore. But you should understand that it's equally important for both a traditional office environment and a remote work set.
For closing, how would you define leadership in 3 words?
3 words: goals, team, motivation. Can I say something else?
Of course.
A last tip. Be enthusiastic. Always enthusiastic.
Thank you for inspiring us today, Gina.
Thank you, Mary, for this invitation to share with your audience.